Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Alright, so today we're going to talk about some Q&As that I've just heard and gotten, questions people have asked me over the time that I've been smithing, so for the last 5 years. And I feel like whenever you tell people that you're a metalsmith, they have similar types of questions. So here it is. Question number one, I just have them written over here, so don't mind me looking over here. Okay, question number one, how'd you get started in metalsmithing? Well, okay. I got started metalsmithing my freshman year in high school. I needed an art credit to graduate, and it just became something that was kind of just like I chose it by default, essentially. I knew I couldn't draw or paint, and I didn't want to do photography, and I liked the way I dressed, so I didn't want to do any sculpting and get clay everywhere. So the only thing left was metalsmithing. So I chose metalsmithing. And then I kind of just fell in love. It was pretty instant for me. Once I started working on my first piece, then yeah, it got really interesting, and it became something that I just realized that I couldn't live without. One of my real passions. Oh, perfect segue. What was your first piece? Ooh, my first piece was a lizard chameleon thing. If you can imagine, the shape of a shield like that. So, boop, like this. It was a lizard like that in the shield, and it was really hard. Everyone in my class chose hearts or stars or things like that, and I chose that complicated piece with different holes everywhere, gaps in between the arms and between the head, and I chose that. And so everyone else was finished with their piece in 2-3 days, and I was still stuck doing that piece for 2 weeks. But once I finished that piece, I felt the hugest wave of accomplishment just wash over me, and it was just really something that I just loved, and it's just something that I couldn't live without. Okay. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Okay, so just a little intro about me. Where am I from? Okay, well, I was born and raised in New Jersey, but then at 13, I went to high school, a boarding school in Massachusetts. Shout out Cushing Academy, and went to a boarding school in Massachusetts. And then after that, when I graduated, I went to a college in Massachusetts. Kind of just ended up staying in Massachusetts. That Clark, go Clark University, gave me a lot of money, so I stayed there. But where am I from? So I was born and raised in Jersey. I'm not gonna tell you guys where are stalkers, but yeah, Jersey. The cool thing about Jersey is it's just great. Everyone talks trash about Jersey. If you're gonna talk trash about Jersey, get off my page. I'm just kidding. I'll talk trash with you. But yeah, so I'm from Jersey. Oh, here we go. Here, sorry, I'm reading this list, and I'm just like, what? Anyway, hashtag dyslexic. Anyway, so the next question is, what was the hardest piece you've ever made? The hardest piece I've ever made was a Medusa tie clip. It was a tie clip, and I wanted to make it, like Medusa themed. So it ended up having a cowbone carved face, sterling silver settings all throughout, and dinosaur bone at the strip ahead that sits on the tie. If you can imagine a tie, it sits on the tie. I will definitely make sure to show you guys that piece in the upcoming videos. I still have it because it hasn't sold, so someone can buy it. But anyway, but that was the hardest piece I've ever made because two main reasons. One was the settings. I had never done some sort of that kind of stone setting before. So it was really hard for me to be accurate because I didn't use calipers. Go watch that caliper video, guys. That's how important calipers are. And the next reason that it was super hard was that I had really different thicknesses of metal. I had some metal that was not this thick, but it was like this thick, right? And then I had some metal that was even thinner. And so the base metal was kind of thin, but there were pieces stacked. So there was stacked metal with different thicknesses. And then there was some standalone metal that were like the snakes off of Medusa. So it was definitely something that was really hard for me to make because I kept melting it. Every time it would melt, I would solder one piece, the thick pieces of metal, the thin pieces would melt, or I would follow the thin pieces and it would warp the thick pieces, and it just became really hard. And I think we have enough time for the last question. or for a last question. Okay, cool. This is a question I got a few days ago from a friend of mine. I was just talking to him, and he was asking me questions. So, this question is about my studio. So, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm gonna be building a studio in my house here in my basement. So, I'm gonna be definitely showing you guys more content on how I'm doing that, how much it costs, what tools I need, and also just like what I'm buying, things like that. So I'll definitely be sharing you guys all that information. Don't worry. But the question is, how are you gonna set up the studio? So I'm definitely gonna show you guys all that stuff. But the studio is gonna be really simple. The layout's gonna be super simple. It's gonna have a desk, jeweler's desk. It's not really jeweler's desk. I'm gonna buy a desk and then change it, alter it, and then it's gonna be really, really minimalistic because your girl does not have that much money. But I'm gonna show you guys how to build what I think is a functioning studio according to my needs, and hopefully it will help you guys as well. And so I'll definitely be sharing you guys more content on how to build it, how to start it, how much it costs, where to buy the things, all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. So I think this has been good. Thank you very much.